The President of the Philippines serves as the head of state and head of government, and is responsible for leading the country and upholding its laws and constitution. Their duties include maintaining peace and order, promoting the welfare of the people, managing the economy, conducting foreign affairs, and ensuring that the government operates efficiently and effectively. In the first part of this video, let's get to know the first 8 presidents of the Republic of the Philippines. Let's start with Emilio Aguinaldo. Was a Filipino revolutionary leader and politician who played a significant role in the Philippine Revolution against Spain, as well as in the subsequent Philippine-American War. He is often considered to be the first president of the Philippines, having been elected as the leader of the revolutionary government that declared Philippine independence from Spain in 1898. Aguinaldo was born in Kuwait, Cavite, Philippines, and became involved in revolutionary activities at a young age. In 1896, he became the leader of the Katipunan, a secret society that aimed to overthrow Spanish colonial rule in the Philippines. Aguinaldo played a key role in the revolution, leading several battles against Spanish forces. After the Spanish-American War broke out in 1898, Aguinaldo cooperated with American forces to defeat the Spanish. However, when the United States took control of the Philippines as part of the Treaty of Paris, Aguinaldo declared war against the Americans, arguing that the Philippines deserved independence. Although Aguinaldo initially had some successes against the American forces, he was eventually captured and forced to swear allegiance to the United States. He later became involved in Philippine politics, serving as the president of the First Philippine Republic from 1899 to 1901 and as a member of the Philippine Assembly in the 1920s. Manuel L. Quezon, 1878 to 1944, was a Filipino statesman and politician who served as the President of the Commonwealth of the Philippines from 1935 until his death in 1944. He was also a key figure in the movement for Philippine independence from American colonial rule. Quezon was born in Baler, Aurora, Philippines, and studied law at the University of Santo Tomas in Manila. He began his political career in 1907 as a member of the Philippine Assembly and went on to serve as Senate President, Resident Commissioner to the United States, and eventually as the first President of the Commonwealth of the Philippines. During his presidency, Quezon worked to strengthen the Philippine economy, promote education and social justice, and secure Philippine independence from the United States. He is also known for his efforts to rescue Jewish refugees from Nazi persecution during World War II. Quezon's legacy is celebrated in the Philippines through various landmarks, including Quezon City, which was named in his honor, and the Quezon Memorial Circle, a national park in Manila that contains a monument to Quezon. Jose P. Laurel was a politician, statesman, and lawyer who served as the President of the Philippines during World War II. He was born on March 9, 1891, in Tanawan, Batangas, and died on November 6, 1959, in Manila, Philippines. Laurel obtained his law degree from the University of the Philippines in 1915 and later pursued postgraduate studies in the United States. He served in various government positions, including as a member of the Philippine House of Representatives, Senator, and Chief Justice of the Philippine Supreme Court. During World War II, Laurel was appointed by the Japanese as the President of the Second Philippine Republic, which was established as a puppet state of Japan. After the war, he was charged with treason and collaboration with the enemy but was later granted amnesty and pardoned by President Ramon Magsaysay. Laurel is remembered for his contributions to Philippine politics and law, particularly in the field of legal education. He authored several books on law and was instrumental in establishing the Philippine Law School, which later became the College of Law of the Lyceum of the Philippines University. Sergio Osmeña Senior was a politician and statesman who served as the fourth president of the Philippines from 1944 to 1946. He was born in Cebu City, Philippines, and studied law at the University of Santo Tomas in Manila. Osmeña began his political career in 1904 as a member of the Philippine Commission, which served as the country's legislative body during the American colonial period. Osmeña played a key role in the struggle for Philippine independence from the United States. He was a member of the Philippine delegation that lobbied for the passage of the Tydings-McDuffie Act in 1934, which promised independence for the Philippines within 10 years. Osmeña later served as the first Speaker of the Philippine House of Representatives and as Vice President under Manuel Quezon. During World War II, Osmeña was forced to flee the Philippines when the Japanese invaded in 1942. He continued to lead the Philippine government in exile from Washington, D.C., and worked closely with General Douglas MacArthur to plan the liberation of the Philippines. When the Philippines was finally liberated in 1944, Osmeña returned to the country and became president. As president, Osmeña worked to rebuild the country and strengthen its democratic institutions. He signed the Bell Trade Act with the United States, which established a new trade relationship between the two countries, and worked to improve relations with other countries in Southeast Asia. Osmeña was succeeded as president by Manuel Rojas in 1946, and he continued to play an active role in Philippine politics until his death in 1961. Manuel Rojas was a statesman who served as the fifth president of the Philippines from 1946 until his death in 1948. He was born on January 1, 1892, in Capiz, Philippines, and was the son of a prominent politician and lawyer. Rojas was a prominent figure in the Philippine independence movement and played a key role in the negotiations with the United States for the grant of Philippine independence. He served as a member of the Philippine Commonwealth government during the Japanese occupation in World War II, and later as president of the Commonwealth after the war. As president, Rojas focused on rebuilding the country's economy and infrastructure, as well as promoting social and educational reforms. He initiated the establishment of the Central Bank of the Philippines and the Philippine Foreign Service, and also signed into law the minimum wage and social security laws. Rojas died in office on April 15, 1948, at the age of 56. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in Philippine history and is remembered for his efforts to secure the country's independence and promote its development. Elpidio Quirino was the sixth president of the Philippines, serving from 1948 to 1953. He was born on November 16, 1890, in Vigan, Ilocos Sur, and earned his law degree from the University of the Philippines in 1915. Before becoming president, Quirino held various government positions, including Secretary of Finance and Secretary of Foreign Affairs under President Manuel Rojas. He also served as vice president under President Rojas until Rojas' death in 1948, which resulted in Quirino becoming president. As president, Quirino's administration focused on economic development, including land reform, infrastructure projects, and the creation of the Central Bank of the Philippines. He also initiated social programs to address poverty and improve healthcare and education. Quirino's presidency was marked by several challenges, including the Hakbalahap Rebellion, a communist insurgency in the countryside, and allegations of corruption in his administration. Despite these challenges, Quirino is remembered as a champion of democracy and social justice in the Philippines. From 1953 until his passing in 1957, Ramon Magsaysay, a politician, presided as the seventh president of the Philippines. He was born in Eva, Zambales, Philippines, on August 31, 1907. Magsaysay was a well-liked president who made a lot of effort to eradicate corruption and advance ethical leadership in the country. He was renowned for working to make the lives of the underprivileged and marginalized members of society better. Magsaysay launched a number of social programs during his presidency with a concentration on agrarian reform, health, and education. He also attempted to bolster the nation's armed forces and enhance its international ties. When Magsaysay died in a plane crash on March 17, 1957, his term as president came to an end. He continues to be a respected and admired figure in Philippine history, and the Ramon Magsaysay Award, created in 1957, is given each year to people and groups in Asia who best represent his values of community service and leadership. From 1957 until 1961, Carlos P. Garcia served as the 8th President of the Philippines. On November 4, 1896, he was born in Talaban, Bohol, Philippines. Prior to entering politics, Garcia worked as a lawyer, author, and poet. Before being chosen as Ramon Magsaysay's vice president in 1953, he was a member of the Philippine House of Representatives and afterward a senator. Garcia's priorities as president were strengthening Filipino nationalism and independence. He established the Filipino First policy, which put the interests of domestic companies and industries ahead of those of other nations. He also attempted to strengthen the nation's industrial and agricultural sectors and lessen its reliance on imports. Garcia's efforts to enhance the nation's overseas relations also stood out during his presidency. In the Cold War, he maintained neutrality and deepened the Philippines' ties with the United States, earning the admiration of other non-aligned nations. On June 14, 1971, Garcia passed away at the age of 74. His legacy is carried on by numerous schools and institutions that take his name as a leader who promoted Philippine sovereignty and pride in the country. And now you know. If you like this video, consider liking, subscribing, and don't forget to click the notification bell for more video updates. Thank you.